Two great goals, Vinicius Junior for Real Madrid, cancelled out by Kevin De Bruyne in the second half, both from similar distance. Great strikes. Terry Gibson, Spanish football expert, watching it with us. Terry, thanks for staying on first and foremost. How much did you enjoy that?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was an intriguing tie as well because it ebbed and flowed. Manchester City had greater periods of the game where they were the better team, but every now and then Real Madrid would break free, break loose, and maybe have a 5-10 minute spell of decent attacking play. The two goals were just incredible strikes. I didn't think we'd see a better goal than what we saw from Vinicius in the first half, but maybe we did. But the chances were few and far between. Good saves from the goalkeepers, both keepers, where you think, yeah, they probably should save that, but they had no chance with either of the goals. And we talk about quality at the elite level with Vinicius and Kevin De Bruyne. That's what you pay the hundreds of thousands of pounds a week for in salaries and hundreds and thousands of euros and to keep these players and to get them in, and that's what they do. They come up with the goods when it matters, and both of them were extremely good tonight, but the goals were stunning. We
saw De Bruyne score 2 goals against Arsenal recently. Do you get the sense that he's coming to the ball at the right time? Where does he rank in the world's best players at the moment?
All of the Man City players are. Yeah. Incredible run. Is it the last 10 wins in the Premier League? They've won every game. I think it's 12 out of 13, 12 wins and a draw. So they do come good at this stage of the season. Likewise, the Real Madrid players as well. These are superstars that we're seeing playing for both teams tonight. They know the course, and Kevin De Bruyne is just a brilliant player to watch, and he was fantastic again tonight.
You said that Manchester City were in control for a long period. You think they edged the game tonight, especially as it was in Spain. But how confident do you feel Real Madrid will be? Do you feel that they'll believe that they'll get a couple of key moments at the Etihad?
Yes, they will, and I think it'll be a very similar game to tonight. What we saw. Slightly surprising, in the first 30 minutes, Real Madrid conceded possession. They played a 4-1-4-1 formation with Benzema slightly isolated up front, which meant they never really got out and they couldn't keep the ball in the attacking half of the pitch. I think in the early stages, significant early stages, about 20 minutes in, it was 70-odd percent, 72-28 possession in favour of Manchester City. The crowd were getting impatient, and then all of a sudden Real Madrid start attacking and Vinicius scores a great goal. But in the second half, it was a more even affair. Real Madrid had more of the ball. It was slightly chaotic, the tactics from Ancelotti. I was trying to watch to see who was playing left back. In the first half, it was Camavinga. At times in the second half, it was Luka Modric. Camavinga was playing in central midfield. At one stage, he was playing wide on the right when allegedly he was playing left back. David Alaba had a spell playing up front alongside Benzema. So Tony Kroos.
Is that from Ancelotti, or have they got the free rein now? These
no,
veterans?
I don't think they have that free rein. So it must come from Ancelotti. Tony Kroos was playing as a centre back between Rudiger and Alaba. I'm thinking, what is this plan? But it worked. It's so chaotic that it confused Manchester City, and you saw Pep on the touchline pretty much for the only time in the game tonight, changing things around, and then within 5 minutes, Real Madrid went back to normal, and then 10 minutes later, they just shaped everything up and caused confusion again. So it was interesting from a technical point of view that Real Madrid clearly wanted to sit back and play counter-attacking football, which worked for the first goal when Vinicius scores. Great run from Camavinga. He moves the ball inside. It was great movement between Camavinga and Modric from in their own near the corner flag. They work the ball. Camavinga gets out, runs 3/4 of the length of the pitch, knocks it to the right of him, and Vinicius unleashed an absolute unstoppable shot. So that was the first time, that little period just before the goal, was the first time in the game that Real Madrid approached it in the normal Real Madrid fashion. The supporters were whistling when City had possession, and in that first 30 minutes there was a lot of whistling because Man City always had the ball.
Always looked dangerous, didn't they, Real Madrid, at times, you say, particularly from that goal going after that. What about Camavinga? How does City deal with him? We think Pep will create a plan for that because he seemed a bit too athletic for some of the Man City players. Yeah,
and at times he's a weakness because he isn't a left-back. He's a central midfield player that's very, very athletic. At 20 years of age, he's got the world ahead of him. But he's been a makeshift left-back this season. But to the extent he's done that well because of his athleticism, that Ancelotti chooses him now when it's the first choice starting 11. Ferland Mendy is injured, and has been for a while. So Camavinga will play there again, but they miss him in midfield as well. I think when you look at Camavinga and Tchouameni, Fede Valverde, the future of Real Madrid, maybe Jude Bellingham, then we're talking quality and athleticism from 4 brilliant footballers. So I think that's the way forward for Real Madrid. And I think Ancelotti likes to get Camavinga in the team wherever he can play him. So at left back, he did okay, to be honest. There was good tussles duels between players all over the pitch, and that was, particularly Danny Carvajal and Jack Grealish in the first half. A couple of flashpoints, couple of spells of acting from Danny Carvajal that weren't particularly good. The game was feisty and a competitive element to it. And I think probably a draw was just about the right result. Possibly, Manchester City shaded it, considering they're the away team, dominated possession. But Haaland and Benzema for both teams, the superstars we expected to be the impact players, the players that make a difference, were both quiet tonight.
How do you see it playing out a week tomorrow at the Etihad? I know you're a bit cagey with Jules and Nick before, but can you pick at least a pattern of the game? Will it be very similar tonight?
I think everything's going to go down to the last 20 minutes. And I think it will be similar tonight, where Real Madrid away from home will be happy to allow City possession. They won't want to get overrun. I see similar starting lineups from both managers. But I tell you, it's going down to the last 20 minutes, and I have no idea who's going to win this tie, but I know the last 20 minutes are really going to be the difference.
Look forward. Well, great to watch it with you tonight, Terry. Thanks for your time and your insight.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Take care.